All right, welcome back to Seduce Me, the Otome. We're starting back here because I accidentally cut off the last end of the part two video. And actually, this is the second time that I'm doing this part three video because the last time I recorded it, my audio was terrible. I'm not even sure what I did, but anyways, I'm hoping this time it's good. So, so basically where we left off last time is she is having a housewarming party and she's just getting ready to greet all of her guests. Okay, so I stepped out of my room and closed my bedroom door behind me. As I walked down the hall to the grand lobby, the incubi stood waiting for me at the bottom, all dressed to the nines as proper servants. Like, seriously? This is like how people dress when they go to fancy parties. Like, can I have servants if they look like that?
Whoa! They really know how to dress well, don't they?
Is what I say. Yeah. I was slightly taken aback on how great the boys looked in uniform. Each had the poise of a perfect gentleman, even Sam. So I'm going to try my best to read this properly. It was pointed out to me that apparently I can't read. So I'm going to try. I slowly began to climb down the steps with Suzu and Naomi behind me. The boys watched as I descended the staircase, one step at a time, like knights waiting for their princess. I felt my face slightly flush, but I quickly shook my head to try and regain my thoughts. As I reached the last step, James offered his hand out to me and walked me down that final step, smiling. Everyone is smiling except for Sam.
As beautiful as a princess, miss.
Always. Thank you.
So, are you prepared for tonight?
I'm ready. I had to be confident in my skills. My dad expected a lot out of me already. If I faltered at this party, who knows what he would think of me. I had to assure myself in every word that came out of my mouth that I was ready. The other boys smiled assuringly at me, which made me feel a little better about everything. I looked at my phone and marked the time. Almost right on cue, the doorbell rang. I gulped. I could practically feel my dad's aura from behind the door. It's like this evil aura that's coming into her house. But no, it's just my father. Sam and Eric quickly rushed to the door and opened the double doors wide to reveal my parents, both dressed in their best. Except, I don't know, was our dad wearing something different before? Like he looks the same. Hey mom, hey dad.
Oh my, I didn't know your bequeathment came with servants.
I still can't get over that word. Bequeathment. Bequeathment.
It was probably overlooked. Besides, who would deny good service?
Not me. I was completely shocked. My parents didn't question the boys. They didn't ask for verification or anything. Like like hurry and show me your servant certificate. I looked to the boys and noticed Sam and Eric staring intently at my parents. Were they using their powers on them? So I'm not sure like what they all have as powers, but it's pretty cool. They have mind control now apparently. They had to be. There was no way they'd be okay with this otherwise. It's just no big deal, mom and dad. Just five my harem. It lives with me.
I guess the servants counted as belongings to the house.
That's just rude. My mother quickly rushed to me and gave me a large hug. I hugged her back, inhaling her perfume. It had only been a couple days, but living away from the ones who raised me was hard. My mother soon let me go and looked at my outfit.
Gorgeous. You look so lovely. David, look at your daughter and tell her I'm right.
Daughter, you look so gorgeous. I looked to my dad, who was looking around the lobby like an inspector. I stood my ground, waiting for him to look at me. When he did, he let a small smile grace his lips.
Your mother's right. You look like you're all grown up.
I'm such a grown up. High school. The world around me stopped as my heart pounded hard in my chest. Did my dad just compliment me? On his own accord? Even though your mom kind of told him to say that. My mother was grinning ear to ear at his words. I was beyond speechless. Thank you, Daddy. However, his cold face quickly returned as he began to look around once again. He's such a hard ass.
I assume that you're ready, then, to impress the rest of the guests, correct?
Sideshow Bob right here. What do you mean?
The entire board from Anderson Toys is coming tonight. Even the vice chairman's son will be coming. All of them will be measuring your potential.
No pressure. My potential?
To become CEO of the company.
I knew it. Something. Oh, look, she's so disappointed. Something was off about tonight, and now this party had become much more than I anticipated. I gulped silently, but I nodded in response. I looked to the incubi, but they were continuing to be servants for my father's approval. I'm not sure why I do like hand gestures, even though I don't have like my face cam on or anything. I looked behind me and saw Naomi and Suzu raise their thumbs at me for encouragement. I let out a small breath before feeling my body accept the situation. I felt a weight in my gut, but I had to hide it. It's too many tacos. Oops. There you go. As if time zoomed forward all of a sudden, the main hobby was full of guests. Did I say the main hobby? The main hall of the lobby was full of guests. Men and women in formal or business attire showed up to meet me and see my new home. I didn't expect many to come, but I was once again surprised that night. I think the general rule of the Otome genre is that MC will always be surprised, even if she's like, oh, I can't take any more surprises. More surprises. I shook hands with many officials and executive members, putting on the professional face my dad trained me to have. I felt overwhelmed, but I hid it well behind a small smile and a handshake. Many even asked me questions. I tried my best to reply as maturely as possible. I had to remember, say what they want to hear, not what you want to say, which is basically like society in general.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
I feel betrayed because my parents kicked me out. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're being timed. Wait, where's my... I can't even see my mouse.
So, how do you feel living on your own at such a young age?
I'm not cheating. I'm doing my best.
I'm so sorry about your grandfather passing away. It really hit all of us hard.
Thank you for your condolences.
Do you have college plans?
Who needs that? Yes, I do. I felt like the questions came up one after another. It was tough to answer some of them because they weren't about me. They were about the company.
What do you think will happen with the company now that your grandfather has passed?
I have no friggin' clue. It will get back on track soon.
What do you think of the philanthropic policy the company has?
I'm pretty sure he didn't say that right. Is it philanthropic? It sounded like this one. It's a policy that reflects my own values.
Do you think the company should expand from just toys?
No. No. It's a toy company. Why? Eventually the questions stopped and I was back to being by myself. Naomi and Suzu were mingling in the crowds and the incubi were doing their job, so I was all alone in a room full of strangers. It was unnerving to think about, but at least I wasn't being questioned left and right anymore. Suddenly, though, my mom pushed her way through the crowd to me, bringing along someone I didn't know.
Honey, I'd like to introduce you to someone. This kind gentleman is the son of the vice chairman.
Helix? I was saying he reminds me of, I think it's Kristoff from Frozen, except like with nicer hair and minus one reindeer. With my mother stood a man who looked only a couple years older than me. He smiled and held his hand out to me, silently asking for my hand.
Hi, I'm Andrew Lewis. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Anderson.
Place your hand in his. As I placed my hand in his, he raised it to his lips and kissed over my knuckles. I felt my face burn slightly at the gesture. Andrew smiled at me before releasing my hand.
I'm honored to be invited here.
Because it's my party. My mother smiled at both of us, which made me slightly concerned. Why was she excited to introduce me to Andrew? Oh, she's setting you up, girl. She wants grandchildren.
So, you organized this party very well, Miss Anderson.
The awkward small talk is great. Thank you. There's just no reply.
You're welcome. Praise is very much deserved.
It seems like such an awkward thing to say. Well, I guess it's a compliment. Andrew then chuckled nervously, bringing a soft fist to his lips to cover his laugh properly before smiling at me.
I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter. I'm sorry if I seem a little forward. I've just been excited to meet Harold Anderson's granddaughter.
I have no idea what I just did. Huh? Why?
He used to talk about you all the time in the office on how you helped him refine his toys. I only attended meetings and heard all of the stories. You've helped a lot with the success of the company without having to actually work there.
His laugh sounds so fake. Oh wow, I didn't know he talked about me. That would explain everyone's fascination with me and their rather personal questions. But I thought she said like the questions weren't even about her. I looked to Andrew, who had a kind face to me. Something about him seemed off. Your face is too kind, bro. Something about him seemed off, and I didn't know what it was. He seemed to be hiding something. Whether it was good or bad, I was not able to find out. Because you've literally spoken to him for 30 seconds. I felt someone walk up beside me, causing me to turn to them. Next to me was my dad, giving his cold stare to Andrew, who suddenly became tense. You don't have my blessing to marry my daughter.
So, you're Jared's son.
Ugh. Andrew's body twitched slightly, whether it was from fear or insult. Andrew locked eyes with my father. I couldn't help but feel the tension between them. It irked me how fragile the air had become, enough to break at the wrong word.
You're the one who wants to be the next CEO of the Anderson Company.
Oh, that just became really awkward now. He wants to take our spot.
Well...
Well, yeah, that's true. I stared at Andrew. This guy wanted to take my grandfather's place as CEO? I thought the vice chairman wanted the position.
David, leave the poor boy alone.
From what I remember, the dad does not like the vice chairman, so I'm guessing by default his son as well.
I'm merely testing the boy's conversational skills. Nothing wrong with that.
Every time you're bullying someone. Stop that. No, I'm just testing their conversational skills.
Of course not, sir.
And polite as well. Interesting.
If you'll excuse me.
Oh my god, look at the mom's face. She's so unimpressed. Quickly, Andrew retreated away from my family into the crowd of people. Do we follow him? I'm kind of curious if you follow him. He's hiding something. I quickly followed Andrew, wanting to make sure he was all right. I felt a little embarrassed that my dad put him on the spot like that. I had to apologize. We wound up outside. The stars practically danced on the grass as we stood in the backyard of the mansion. It had been my first time in years being out there, but my thoughts weren't on the nostalgia. It was on the bow chicka wow wow. Hey, Andrew? Andrew turned to me and his expression. Andrew turned to me in surprise. However, his face was completely red in both embarrassment and humiliation. I felt terrible. Aw, that's so sad.
Oh, I didn't see you or hear you following. Sorry.
It's 'cause I'm a ninja. No, it's fine. I should be the one to apologize for my ninja skills.
What for? You didn't do anything wrong.
I mean, for the way my dad behaved. He shouldn't have been so...
Oh no, no, it's fine. I mean, I should have expected it and been more prepared.
His laughs. Andrew rubbed the back of his neck and gave me a goofy grin. It was intriguing seeing Andrew's professional side and then seeing a goofy smile away from everyone. Is he like... Can you do him as a root too? Still, I'm sorry for that. 本当にごめんなさい.
It's not a problem really, but thank you.
We both smiled at each other before I reached my hand out to him. He tilted his head and raised an eyebrow in confusion. What you be doing, girl? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, he didn't even know our name. B. My name is B. In understanding, his smile returned before he took my hand gently and shook it.
That's a pretty name. I'm happy to know it now.
I feel like someone said that to me before already in this game. Nah, it's not that nice. You're not supposed to say that.
I have to disagree with you. It's much better than Andrew. I mean, who names their kid Andrew?
I'd say, like, quite a lot of people, actually. I'm somewhat curious now. Let's see. How many people name their kid Andrew? Andrew baby name popularity. We go on baby name wizard. Apparently, its peak was in the 1980s. There were 7,561 Andrews per million babies. Yeah, so all those people named their kid Andrew. A lot of people do. I just did the research, bro.
But how about Axel or Ace? Something cool like that.
That's no. I couldn't help but laugh at him. He was pretty chill for a guy who was supposed to be a vice chairman's son. Because, you know, like once you have kids, they obviously take on your career as well. He grinned and laughed along with me. I don't know why, but I felt warm. Whether it was the almost non-existent breeze or the situation we found ourselves in, it felt nice.
Lewis.
Uh-oh. Just like that, the feeling had vanished. We both turned to see my dad at the doors of the mansion, staring at Andrew with an almost deadly glare. Andrew straightened up, trying to maintain a business posture.
Yes, sir?
Uh-oh.
Your limo is in the front. The driver has requested that you return home. Now.
Now.
Oh, all right. Thank you, sir.
Oh. Andrew quickly nodded to me before speeding back into the mansion to leave. As I took a step to follow, my dad stepped in front of me. Why? Why you gotta be so scary? Dad?
I don't want to hear it. Do not become friendly with him. He wants to take the company away from us. You have no reason to be friends with him.
This part of the story just kind of reminds me of if anyone has watched, I believe it's the second Lion King movie. It's like the kids are kind of caught in the war between the parents. Before I could retort, my dad turned away and walked back inside, muttering about how the party was nearing an end. I I sighed and entered the house as well, wanting for the party to end immediately. Eventually, only Suzu, Naomi, my parents, and the incubi were left. My dad suddenly walked over and placed a hand on my shoulder with a smile. I stared up at him, a wave of confusion washing over my face. What?
You did good tonight. I'm proud.
Oh, that's good. Oh, thank you, Dad.
Keep it up and you'll be a good CEO.
Oh, thank you. Oh, right.
All right, your mother and I have to leave. I'm sure Naomi and Suzu need to leave as well. Just because it's Saturday doesn't mean you should stay up all night.
But that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Actually, no, it's Friday. Oh, right.
Thanks for having us. It was a great party.
Naomi's so tall. She's like as tall as our dad.
We'll come visit tomorrow or something. All right?
Right. See ya.
Good night, sweetie. Come visit us soon.
The mom, like, pronounces the S's very... Like, I think she's got, like, a slight lisp. Will do. Hello, my reverse harem. All four of my remaining guests left the building, all but my dad waving back to me. Why didn't Dad wave at us? So rude. I thought you were proud. With the last of the guests gone, I sighed and sat on the staircase, exhausted. Phew, that was tiring.
It's not like you had to do any work, though.
I was like on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but I don't win any money.
Give her a break, man. She was getting interrogated left and right.
Yeah, you jerk.
She handled herself the best she could.
Damien sounds so aloof. The best she could.
As expected, princess.
Oh, I should have picked his route. Princess, I like.
Since you're exhausted, why not head to bed? We can clean up.
Oh my goodness.
Hush, Sam.
Hush, little baby. Are you guys sure?
Positive. It shouldn't take long.
Ho ho ho! It didn't take long to find you little shits after all.
That was very sudden. I think I jumped a little bit. I felt a hot shudder run down my spine. The voice from my dreams echoed through the air into my ears. I looked around, panicked, alongside the incubi. James placed a hand on my shoulder, trying to remain calm.
Don't worry. No one will hurt you.
Protect me.
Are you sure? Are you really sure?
I think we're really sure. All of us shot our heads towards the doors, finally pinning down the direction of the voice. The doors quickly swung open, revealing a sight I would have never expected to see. Skin red as blood, eyes black. They're like black and yellow. Oh, black and gold. I'm sorry. Eyes black and gold piercing into mine, roughened up clothes, and a pistol in his hand. And I saw a monster. I covered my mouth to not scream at the sight. Dried blood covered the bandana around his neck as he smirked at me and the boys around me. Beside the red-skinned man was a similar-looking woman in matching thug-like clothes. I guess that could be considered thuggy.
Aw, what's the matter, boys? You really didn't think I wouldn't find you, did you?
His voice is so raspy.
I hoped you would, you piece of...
Uh-oh. All of a sudden, the man raised his gun at Sam's face and instantly pulled the trigger. Oh my god! We all gasped in shock, instinctively expecting to see a bullet run through Sam's face. That's terrible. But...
What the fuck?
I wonder if I have to, like, censor these out.
What?
What? What should have been a headshot ended with a loud but empty blank shot. The pistol echoed its empty shots as the man grew more and more pissed, pulling the trigger over and over in aggravation. Luckily for my ears, it became quieter after its first shot.
Why the fuck won't you work?
Such a potty mouth.
This place is protected.
What did you say, shrimp?
Shrimp. It's not... you're like all the same height.
This place has a seal, protecting it from hellborn magic.
Ooh.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean?
The man growled and threw his gun at Sam, who was able to dodge it in time. The pistol bounced off the ground a couple times before sliding further away, hitting the wall in a final stop. As it stopped moving, the gun faded into a black flame that disappeared into the air. Ooh, magic guns.
The previous owner had this place protected by magic, Malix.
Yeah, Malix. Malix, that was his name. His existence resonated in my memory from the dream I had. However, I looked to Matthew in the same confusion as Malix did. This place is protected by magic?
It would seem that your grandfather had some sort of protective barrier around this house. From the looks of it, it only disables hellborn magic.
So, my grandpa was Harry Potter. Wait, wasn't his name Harold? Malix's face grew to that of extreme anger, his fist tightening as if he was crushing a stress ball.
Then what's stopping me from dragging your asses out and shooting you then?
That would work, I guess. Out of pure instinct, I stepped forward and placed myself between Malix and the boys. With no power, Malix wasn't gonna fight. I took that chance to stand up to him instead of being powerless like I was in the dream. In the dream, she just couldn't open her eyes. F off! Get out of my house. Malix growled at me, walking right up to me and leaning close to my face. I glared back, feeling my courage skyrocket. Oh, go MC.
Since when does a little stain like you give orders to a guy who can rip your pretty little head from your body?
Why am I a stain? Why do they like the word stain so much? You really don't think, do you? If you kill me, you'd be hunted down by more than just the police. Like my dad and the police.
You little...
Duck! I ducked underneath Malix's incoming hand. I stared at his hand and his black flame tattoo. He has a tattoo? In surprise as I took a couple steps back from Malix. Matthew and Damien stepped in front of me, guarding me from Malix with their arms.
A quick one. I'm liking you more and more.
I don't like you very much, though, Mr. Tomato Man.
Back off, Malix!
Don't start acting tough, you pathetic excuse of a demon. You need more protection than her.
I'm not sure exactly what I was doing to protect them, though.
Shut up!
Shut up!
Oh, did I make the little Matthew cry? Why don't you just grow a pair?
Oh, he's so mean.
Enough, Malix.
Ooh, I like her purple eyes, though. Purple and gold. The woman, who had been standing in silence the whole time, planted a firm hand on Malix's shoulder. Malix looked back at her with a growl and a glare that could kill.
Since when did you get the guts to speak out of place?
We both know you've never controlled me. I want them dead just like you do. But now's not the time.
Why do they want them dead, though? I don't know. They're demons and all, but all they do is, go around sucking up us humans' sexual energy, I guess. It's not terrible.
Fuck off! I know what I'm doing.
The tone was just back off! Don't ruin this for me.
Do you? Even if you did fight them, there's 5 against 2. We never win.
Shut up!
Let's go, Malix! We're wasting our time!
The two growled at each other. If they could have used their magic, I could sense that a fire would glow from under their teeth. Fireballs. Malix grunted and glared at the boys. He pointed at James, wanting so badly to use his fingers like a knife.
Just wait, pretty boys. We'll get you and fuck you up real good.
Oh my god, his laugh is the best. Then Malix turned to me, moving his finger to point directly between my eyes.
And don't think you're safe. Step outside. I dare you.
That's great. With that, Malix and the women walked out of the mansion. The doors closed behind them, leaving the boys and I alone once again. I felt my knees give out from under me, forcing the boys to quickly turn to catch me.
Whoa, whoa! Are you alright?
I'm totally fine. Yeah, why was he here?
He's been closely tracking us. Our blood trail from the forest must have led him here.
Why'd you leave a blood trail then?
You should have stopped him and finished it here.
For once, Matthew, I agree with you.
I stood up and rubbed my arms, feeling the goosebumps Malix left behind on me. I couldn't stop myself from shivering in fear of his words. Malix, was he a demon?
That son of a bitch is not a demon. He's a devil.
What is the difference? What? A devil? There's a difference?
Yes. Demons come from a different plane of existence called the abyssal planes. Devils, however, come from one of the 7 circles of a place humans know as hell. Despite us not being human, we are very different creatures.
Today I learned.
We actually have brains, for one. Devils always like to cause trouble and try to kill or torture others for their own enjoyment. Demons, like us, know when to use our powers and when not to. We're not stupid.
One could argue, though, but...
Devils follow orders from higher-ups in their order, and their power only comes from their connection to hell. Demons all have free wills and don't rely on where they came from to use their powers.
So devils are the stupid ones, then. This was all so confusing. Demons and devils and magic all existed, and I happened to land in the middle of it. What do we do?
You're safe. You've been protected as well.
Lol, what? What?
What Damien's saying is that the magic that protects this place also protects you.
Oh my god, I've got like a magical barrier.
Your grandfather must have cast it when you last saw him or something of that nature. We can sense its aura around your body.
So I have an aura too, just like my dad that I could sense through the door. ... I couldn't believe my ears. It was the 3rd day of surprises, and this one took the cake in being the most surprising. I felt my head spin once again. She's gonna die. What did I get myself into?
Miss, please don't worry. We'll find a way to train ourselves and become stronger to finally finish this feud.
Why are you feuding, though?
I'm gonna kick his ass right now!
Until then, we'll protect you as much as we can. If Malix comes back, we'll be here for you.
But I'm protected. You are the ones that's gonna die. But what about going outside? Won't he?
Like we said, you have a protection spell on you. Even if Malix attacks you, he won't be able to use his magic on you. He'd be just like any other human you can fight back against.
See, humans are still pretty hard to fight back against. I'm only a high school girl. But what can I do? Oh wait, I know Taekwondo.
Didn't you say you knew Taekwondo?
I know Taekwondo. I mean, I don't know Taekwondo. Well, yeah. I felt somewhat relieved that I was mostly safe from Malix. Still, I could not help but feel very nervous and apprehensive about the future. The boys were safe here to train and become stronger, but what if Malix did the same? But he's not smart, so... Even more so, I was lost about how my grandfather knew about magic. I had to find out. At least I had time. I went to bed that night feeling nervous. Despite the words of the incubi, I felt like a target to something I'd never be able to explain or prove. Magic? Devils? Demons? How did this all even happen? Should I really meddle with the situation? I don't think she has much choice. They are only staying until after they defeat Malix. That's right. They said they'd only stay until after they defeated Malix. After that, my life could go back to normal. Temporary insanity, as Kay would say. Who's Kay? Did we meet Kay and I just don't remember? The question was then, would I want them to leave? Of course not, because this is an Otome game. If my life went back to normal, then I'd have to care for the house all on my own. She's like, no, if you leave, then who will do the housework? I'd get to focus on my life instead of being distracted by the boys. Poor you. I'd have to. My life. Where was my life going anyway? I was under pressure from my parents, with only my friends and the boys to comfort me. Without the boys, I'd have no way to hide from my responsibilities. Enough. Let's just sleep and deal with tomorrow when it comes. Defeating my sense of thought, I forced myself to sleep, unsure of what tomorrow had planned for me. Hopefully, whatever the future had for me, I would be ready for it.
I promise to be with you forever.
Who dat?
You're so important to me.
Are those my friends?
I swear I'll give my life to you.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Please, let me love you.
I swear that's Eric.
I'll be by your side, always.
And I have no idea again.
I can't imagine living without you.
That's definitely Matthew.
I want to be with you.
And I don't know again.
I love you.
And I don't know. I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dream echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m. Why am I up so early? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. Literally me every morning, or even sometimes afternoon. I gave up and sat up, staring at the fireplace across from my bed. A sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of the bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? We could do... I do not want to do homework, so either explore the house or make some coffee. I'm going to make some coffee because we need to wake up. I decided making coffee was my best bet in surviving the rest of the day. Why not? I haven't had coffee in forever. I got out of bed and made my way to the kitchen, unconcerned that I was in pajama pants and a tank top. I rummaged through the cabinets for a coffee machine and any makings for coffee. Surely my grandfather had some. A French press? Well, it's better than nothing. I don't even know what that is. As I began to make my coffee, I checked my email and text from my phone. On my phone. No new important emails. No text messages. I sighed. I quickly made my coffee just how I liked it and sat on the counter. On the counter. But then I began to wonder. Would this happen every day? I let the question linger in my mind. For a whole morning, I did not think once about the boys or Malix. Everything was peaceful. Everything was average. Nothing magical or dangerous or unusual. ... I simply drank my coffee as I let the thought marinate in the back of my mind. I returned to bed feeling the weight of the morning drag me under my covers to try sleeping again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday and nothing was happening today. Come on, eyes. Back to sleep. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I looked at my phone to check the time once again. It was noon, yet it felt like I had slept for much longer. Why is time going so slowly? I sighed. I got changed into normal clothes and went out to the main hall and sat on the stairs. Sundays were very boring. However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. Okay, so I've actually played this part before, and if you go back to where you're deciding to explore or make your coffee, she actually finds some stuff about, I guess, her grandpa and the magic. So I'm gonna go back and play that part. Just rewinding. Okay, so we're gonna explore the house. I decided... What? No! Explore! No, you can't explore the coffee? Explore. Okay,